Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna do a Batman Outlaws number. Well, I'm not saying number three, volume three, because this is our thick books. Anyway, so this is the last chapter in the Bloodhawks saga. So if you want to know the full gist, check out my other two reviews. And well, if you're there and watch my video, why not subscribe to my channel? Right? A shameless plug in here. Anyway, let's dive in because, like I said, it's a thick book and I have a lot to talk about. Basically, it's great. So okay, it's written by my favorite, one of my favorites writers, Doug Moench, pencil of Paul GULACY. Love his work too. I also like the inking of Charles YOAKUM. So yeah, this is a great team and they are working well together. And as you can see, lots of detail, nice colors, and yeah, we go in. So it seems that Batman is infiltrating some kind of a compound of some kind of a military dictator called General Armando Ramosa, right? And it's been guarded. And according to Oracle's findings, Ramosa was installed after a coup engineered by FEA official David Atlee Redman. But I need proof. So yeah, Redman is the one that is responsible for terrorizing Gotham. But then he has the whole government behind them. The Burgermeister, what's it called? Local Burgermeister. You know what I mean, right? And he's cleaning up Gotham where because there's too much crime. But basically, he wants the Bat family dead. So, okay, well, this dictator is enjoying life. Batman is infiltrating because he needs proof of what's going on. This is new. Okay, I see many bad gadgets before, but this was new. As you can see, compared to the Moon Knight review that I did yesterday, you see the difference. I mean, it's day and night, right? So real artists, I mean, it's probably a little bit condescending for the ones that actually do also art. But let's say if you're drawing a comic book, I always think you need to do the best that you ever can. You need to wow people. And there's a lot of things that wowed me in here because Paul GULACY is very good with details and backgrounds and wide shots. The only problem that I have with his art is his eyes can be a little bit wonky once in a while. Anyway, so Batman is finding some real evidence, and he is now also in contact with Oracle. The other ones that finds a body here and wants to look in the general's office, right? So yeah, it seems that Redman is in cahoots with this dictator, right? And that's the evidence that Batman needs so that he can give it to Jim Gordon, because Jim Gordon is also under the thumb of this guy, right? Basically, he is extorting him or something like that. Look at this! Isn't this great? Time for fame. Like I said, this things in here that I haven't seen before. I mean, Batman hanging like a real bat. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Batman does what Batman does, kicking asses, taking names, and he throws this dictator over the balcony into the water. And he says, "Oh, I can swim, help me." And but now Batman is going back to Gotham because he has all the evidence, right? Well, not really all of the evidence, but still, there's something they need more. So speaking of wonky eyes, yeah. Anyway, so Bullock says, "It stinks again, Commish. Bad enough the Major's hosting a reception for that slug Redman. But we've got to provide security for the shindig. Just do the job, Sergeant Bullock. Right? That's what stinks, Commish. I thought the job was nailing creeps, not protecting them." So, yeah. Redman is coming and he says, "Gordon, report to the Bayside Command post after this reception. Midnight sharp." So yeah, he's basically bullying and, showing, throwing his weight around, showing who's in power. But then Selena Kyle, who is, I don't know, she's working for the news radio. It's probably all fake, but, I'm not sure if this is probably not canon. I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if this Elseworlds, but does it stand here? No, but I'm pretty sure this is not canon. Anyway, so he says, "Hey, can you comment on the progress of the vigilante hunt? We're going well on schedule." And she says, "Hey, yeah, just give me a scoop. I need to, it does a good thing for my career. And I said, and she says, I will do anything, or something in the lines of that. A scoop, eh? He says. So, and basically, going through and, giving a speech, he says, hey, something like saying an exclusive inside peek at Bloodhawks HQ, up close and personal. For something like that, I'll be lavishly grateful. And then said, hey, well, you need to welcome Commander David Atlee Retner, and he's the guest of honor. And then they say, well, he just left. That's it. Takes up 5 hours to set up security, and he leaves after 5 minutes with the first woman he meets. Who was she anyway, Commish? And he says, I don't know, but something tells me neither does he. Okay. So then she goes to the headquarters, and there's some kind of I don't know, how do you call this? A Mac? A Mac mock-up? I don't know how you call these fake giant buildings and for tourists or whatever. So, okay, but skipping that, he says, as soon as my team takes the bat and is accomplished vigilantes, Miss Cal, we are definitely out of here. A pity, but why not call me Selena, just in case we should find some way to stay in touch. Oh man, you're a slut. And then, oh no, midnight already. Time flies, Commander, when you're winging it with fun. Well, I have a meeting scheduled, so I'm afraid you have to hide behind the skyscrapers until you're done. And she says, hey, can you give me the promised tour? Wink, wink. And he says, why not? It might be even fun knowing you're watching me in action. Okay. Now, Gordon comes in because, this guy told him. Now, in the first volume, there was a guy that shot some kind of a big, important guy. And he says, what did the late assassin Henry James Lucas say when he caught by your friends? So James Lucas was the fall guy. And Gordon says, well, I don't know what friend you are. You do know. The friend with the ears, Gordon, the Batman. Well, and then he says, well, Lieutenant Rene Montoya was the one who interrogated the suspect. But this guy doesn't accept it, and he just flips, right? And he said, you are just how cozy you are in the bat. Does he share his secrets with you? And then she says, bingo, magnetic key card. And get out of my sight, Gordon. And don't slip up. Oh, I see that you fall hard. That does it. However cozy my friend and I were, it's time to get a lot closer. So Redmond says to Selena Kyle, says, hey, listen, I know that you are probably taped it, so I need to confiscate your stuff. But then he realizes that he's gone, and also the magnetic key card is gone, right? And he sounds the alarm. She steals the helicopter. Batman goes with his team under this bridge, talking about what they found and how to tackle the situation. Now, Gordon comes and he says, you were right about Redmond. He thinks you know something about presumed assassin Henry James Lucas. And whatever it is, Redmond's afraid of it. So Batman explains what he found, right? And that he and the dictator are in cahoots with each other, right? And so he says, Senator John Kirk was campaigning against FIA misdeeds when he was assassinated, Gordon. And Oracle has evidence that Henry James Lucas was nothing but a dupe, a scapegoat for the real assassins. And they are not masquerading as this anti-vigilante task force, the Bloodhawks. They're killers, not lawmen. And they couldn't care less about vigilantes, right? So Gordon says, and that's the secret Redmond's afraid of, the fatal knowledge you possess, right? And murders means nothing to him. And I may finally have proof. So he gives them, Gordon, the evidence, right? Part of the evidence. So he says, General Armando Ramosa financial transactions from his own computer with payments traced back to the FEA fronts. Now, conclusive on its own, but combined with Oracle's other evidence, it could be enough. It is enough for me and the courts. And also this, a case Redmond denies association with Ramosa, the former terrorist now installed as a brutal dictator. Ramosa and Redmond posing together as pals. So he sees the photo, right, that we been shown earlier. But then the wind picks up, and there's a lot of light coming in. I like the lighting effects here. I mean, colorist does a really well job, and Paul Gulacy's art is fantastic as always. So yeah, there's now this Bloodhawk helicopter, and they think, oh shit, we are now in trouble. But no, it's Selena, because she stole that helicopter, and she says, hey, here, there's a choppers on me. Use them to stop it before they find it. And so I'm not sure why she needed the key card. Maybe she just wanted to help Batman, and the key card's probably for, I don't know, infiltrating the hangar or something and stealing this helicopter. I'm just guessing, right? It's a little bit unclear. Oh yeah, she says stealing along with some choice of surveillance gear. All right, so she's doing for personal gain. Well, she's a thief after all. So yeah, they decide to go to bring the war to Redmond. So Batman takes the skies, and the other one goes through the sewers to the Bayside Aerodrome, right? So now the action is, well, going into full gear, and it ramps up. So basically, Batman comes here, and the other ones cannot identify him. So they hail the helicopter, say, from, hey, who are you? What are you doing here? And basically, these guys in this tower here says that Unit 23 was grounded for maintenance. So Batman says, haha, now I got you, and he just does this. And yeah, big explosions, just like in the last issue, right? And look at this. This looks fantastic, man. And so yeah, the people in the tower are screaming, hey, we're under attack, we need assistance and all that stuff, right? And yeah, so these soldiers coming in, but there is another explosion coming from the bottom. And he says, the floor, we're being hit from above and below. Gotta be the vigilantes. More commandos to the main hangar, now. So yeah, like I said, this is really exciting to look at. So this guy using a rocket launcher, Batman dives aside, and this guy is almost getting it, right? So more people coming in, and then the Bat family are, taking charge and kicking asses, right? Well, Batman is still in the air, but he knows that he's going to be in big trouble if he's staying there in the air too long. So, and then, oh no, his helicopter's being shot. So what happened then to the Batman? Well, we don't know. That chopper crashed, Nightwing. You don't think it was? Right now, Robin, I don't think we have the time to think. So Redman is here with his accomplice called Slade. Look at it, Slade. It's turning to chaos. The whole operation is blown. Maybe not, Commander Redman. Open your eyes, Slade. This base is under direct attack. That's my point, sir. Hold this for me. If we just keep our cool, and we still can contain it, maybe even turn it to our advantage. And he says, how? Don't you see, sir? They're finally on the attack, acting like the criminal vigilantes we're here to stop, giving us the perfect excuse to exert lethal force. And he says, hey, we still can turn the tide, and we still can win this war, kill them all, and pin the blame on the ghosts. Precisely, sir. But then Redmond says, you watch yourself, Slade. There must be some reason why they're finally going on the offense. They may have something on us, and if they are getting their hands on our operations data, they won't, Commander Redmond, not unless it's a death grip. I almost believe you, Slade, but however this ends, it'll spark a massive investigation. The agency will leave us out in a cold, where the FBI can come after our heads. Maybe it's time to cut our losses. But Slade says, you do what you want, Commander. But I'm a Bloodhawk, and I bleed out before I quit. And she says, I have a score to settle with Nightwing. Fool, he says. Yeah, more action, but they are in a pickle. It seems that our Bat family are getting overwhelmed with all of these soldiers that try to kill them, and they are hiding, right? But then, before anything happens, to them, there's a concussion grenade coming from somewhere. And like I said, this looks so good. And yeah, it's none other than the Batman, right? And this guy wants to shoot him. Batman does, yeah, right? God thank you didn't crash and burn. Just crash. Now move. Well, they're still stunned. Meanwhile, Oracle is piecing the puzzles together with all of the evidence, right? And so it seems that Redmond and that woman, Slade, now a Bloodhawk, were in Jakarta when the American embassy was bombed in April. Even better, they were actually arrested with a $5 billion in suitcases. They bribed their way out of it, but the arrest record is still in Jakartan police computer system and downloading now. Get it to Gordon, fast, right? More Bloodhawks coming in, and more helicopters, right? And so they say, what now? Hunker down and hold the fort again? Hope we end this war short of another major battle, and some heavy praying probably won't hurt. And so Bullock is getting the information from Oracle, and so he's contacted Gordon, and he says, I'm already in a car, and call in an APB. Now, I'm not sure what an APB is. Maybe people from the US know what an APB is, and maybe you want to leave a comment and help me out, because probably some kind of a response shout unit thingy, I don't know, calling people to arms, I'm not sure. So Gordon comes in, rams through the gates, and so Gordon is shouting to everyone. Said, "Hey, we need all the agents going to the aerodrome and pronto, right?" So Gordon says, "The wall, it's already weak." Redmond is calling in about a helicopter, and he wants it there in 3 minutes, and then Gordon crashing in, right? So he says, "Hey, you're under arrest. It's my turn now. No more commands, no more insults, no more comparing yourself to me. Maybe we both bend the rules, but we're not the same. You hear me, Redmond? Easy, Commissioner. Let's do nothing rash here. I bend the rules because the department doesn't get enough funding to police a high school football game." And so this guy says, comes out and he wants to shoot him, and Gordon says, "Don't try it," and he shoots him. He was warned. As I was saying, I bend the rules because I have to, but you, Redmond, you do it because you can, because you wield the power, because you operate with a black budget big enough to topple foreign governments and to assassinate any domestic citizens who threatens your black budget, including Senator John Kirk. That's enough, Gordon. Don't say anything you come to. I bend the rules to prevent murder. You do it. You do it to commit murder. That's the difference. You're insane. You're a snake, Redmond. And then Redmond is shooting him because he's faster. And oh shit, he's hit. Too slow, damn it. Would have had you 10 years ago. Yeah, well changed, old man. And this is now. But before you can, do anything, Batman comes in and he says, no more deaths, no more cover operations, no more cover-ups, no more killings. We meet at last, giving me a chance to salvage this mission personally by bagging the bat on my way out here. So yeah, Clash of the Titans, right? And all that stuff. So Batman is just casually comes over, smacks his gun away, and it just kicks him like he's a bag of dirt. Like he's garbage. And so Gordon says here, may not be the worth the wound, but this is going to be good. So yeah, but Redmond is not a slouch either. He's pretty fast and strong too, and Batman gets his licks. Underestimate him. He's an elite commando, an expert in hand-to-hand combat, and he hits like a truck. Let's go, Batman. So yeah, these guys having a fight. It looks cool, right? Like I said, a lot of the kinetic action's pretty cool, but Batman is just the Batman. Your one weakness, Redmond. You talk too much. And he gets it. Meanwhile, outside, these soldiers want to shoot him, but then, the Bat family comes in and... oh no, it's that guy. It's the Slade girl. And he says, I missed once, Nightwing. Oh, it's the Bloodhawk who killed the motorist and pinned it on me. So she's been taken out. And then, a woman? So Hunter says, you got a problem with that? Well, no, but she seems like a stone-cold killer in delicate skin. Yeah. Basically, he wants to say that she's a hot woman. I don't blame him. He's human after all. Anyway, I said down, Redman, and stay down. He says, never. I like that, not some kind of a villain that gives up immediately. He still has some stuff going on. Then the enemy comes in and wants to kill the Bat family, but then Gordon and Bullock comes in with all the police force, right? And he says, "Hey, drop it now before the donut shop closes." What I also like is that they give these villains a little bit of a personality here, because instead of immediately giving up, they are pondering like, "Hey, maybe we can take them. Maybe we can take them out." But they come around and says, "Hey, this is way out of control. We can wage war. We can wage an all-out war with the police department. I say we can, and I say we win. Maybe, but nothing could cover up the body count. Face it, our federal charter just expired, so they are giving up." I like that, right? Mission aborted. So Gordon is still watching the show, and like I said, so the Bat family comes in, and Oracle wants to shoot that guy Redman, but then no, Easy Huntress, the Batman's doing this fine, and it's his to finish. So ouch, and so he's getting his ass kicked, and even Nightwing says, "Yeah." I like that. So and Batman does this. "For the last time, Redman, down. No more. You're too good." And he says, "Jim, you're leaking, but not empty." As for Redman, took him long enough, but he finally came around to my assessment of you, which never wavered, Jim. Thank you. No thanks to you. Best fight I've ever saw. A true clash of titans. But then Jim Gordon is Jim Gordon. I like this guy. He says, Redman's guilty, but he's also powerful where it counts in Washington. But Batman has a contingency plan, as always. He says, we covered this. Oracle's proof was also sent to the Senate Intelligence Oversight Committee and accidentally leaked to every major news outlet. So basically he's done for. So Jim says, hey, you're under arrest. And but then Jim says, as for the rest of you, I lost a fountain of blood through the bullet hole, feeling downright woozy, maybe even hallucinating. You look all bizarre, maybe too weird to actually exist. So who knows? Maybe I decked Redmond all on my own without recalling the pleasure. And since you may not have even been here, you're free to go. You just don't go too far, because this city still needs you. Probably always will. So yeah, he's basically clearing the Batman and his family's name, right? So you are not here, right? So nobody can pin this on you. And, them taking the blame because of vigilante stuff and all that, what's happening in the media right now. And that's the end of the book, and I liked it very much. This was a very unusual take on Batman and Batman family, but it was well written. It's really well drawn. The colors are nice. I think it was a blast. So guys, let me know what you think about this. See you next time as always, and bye bye.